Right, guys. Hi, this is Masia here for Chess and Wine. Chess and Wine. I didn't bring my wine here, unfortunately. Eddie will have to do that for me. But yeah, here on Chess and Wine, and today we're speaking with James Dinham, aka the Boomer Remover.
Yeah, I have a funny story about chess and wine. I won a bottle of wine from him in that Valentine's giveaway he did, but he told me I'm too young to get his wine, so
Oh,
I didn't receive his wine. It was a few years ago, I think, or last year.
but you won it fair and square.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I would have given that wine to my parents.
That's not fair. But I understand he can't give minus. That would be weird. That would be weird for him.
Yeah,
No, for sure, for sure. But yeah, Boomer Remover, actually, that's your username online. How did you come
yeah.
to that? Like, what made you
So
decide
I
that name?
actually I regret making that username now that I see Eddie's titles are James the Boomer Remover, things like that. But actually the way I came up with that name, it was during COVID I made that account and I literally
Okay.
just saw a meme. It said like COVID is only killing old people. It's basically the Boomer Remover. And I was like, oh,
Mm.
that's pretty funny, eh? Let me make my Leechess account that name.
All
and
right, all right. Well, it seemed very appropriate because you actually quite
it's become iconic.
literally. Hmm?
It's become iconic, that
It's become
username.
iconic, yeah. And you actually did that. You actually removed the boomer from like a tournament.
Yeah, two of them.
Two of them actually, yeah, but one more literally than the other. Something we'll get to.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But yeah, we're talking about your Moja Chess Extravaganza tournament today. You had a phenomenal performance, beat some of the best players in the country, Cawdery, Watu, and overall, just your results were great. You were gaining class 50 FIDE, and your performance was well over 2300 at some point. At the end, about 2150 or so. Um,
Mm.
yeah, amazing event. How did you feel about it overall? You play.
I was obviously very pleased with the result. I did mess up at the end a bit, so I
Mhm.
wasn't I wasn't impressed with that. But I think we will get to that later, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. No, no, no. Cool, cool, cool. So just about the venue, it was an interesting one for me when I heard it because yeah, I didn't know too much about the event. I wasn't planning to play or anything, and I just
Okay.
heard it in a parking lot. What happened
So
there?
I left the tournament started on Saturday, right? So
Okay.
I left Bloemfontein on Friday with my mom, and we arrived in Kimberley, and we went to the big hall conference center, the place where the event was last year. I just assumed the tournament was gonna be there,
Yeah.
and I got there, and there was nothing happening. So I looked at the flyer and actually saw that there's no venue anywhere on the flyer. So I had to phone a few of my friends, and they told me,
Mm-hmm.
it's at this Diamond. What's this place called? Diamond Pavilion Mall.
Yeah,
So I
some
was like,
pavilion
okay,
mall.
that's interesting. I went to the mall and I saw there's a boardroom. So I was like, okay, we're probably playing in here. I go to the boardroom and ask them, oh, do you guys know where the chess is happening? And they're like, okay, it's on the third floor. So I was like, okay, there must be a conference center or something up there. And I got there and I just see nothing, only tables. And I I personally started like this whole thing. How did I pay 600 rand for a parking lot? Because I was one of the first players there. So I remember I sent
Ah.
a picture on like one of the big chess groups asking how are we playing in a parking lot. So I kind of started a lot of this rave that happened the next day, which we will
Mm-hmm.
get to. But yeah, I saw it when it wasn't like fully constructed or anything like that. So I
Ah,
was
okay, okay.
very surprised at first. But I had to. The venue became a lot better as time progressed.
Okay, okay, yeah. I saw some of the pictures, or the pictures I did see, like it looked like things were set up and there was like some wall and it was somewhat, yeah, playable.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. So first day of the event, were there any things like that happened for you? Any significant things? Or
Well,
was it just a normal tournament, you just meeting the people and what?
obviously, the first day of the event was a very big deal for me. Playing Cawdery, I wasn't
Yes.
expecting to play like one of the top seeds in round one because I
Mm-hmm.
was seeded number 30 and there was 75 players. So I was expecting like a low rated person in round one,
Yeah.
and a lot of people withdrew. So I ended up playing Cawdery in round one, and I only got the draws at like 8, 9 o'clock at night. So I didn't prepare. And a funny story actually, I woke up the next morning and I decided, let me prepare something quick. So I log on to chess.com, and because Daniel is my former coach,
Yeah.
I know his secret chess.com accounts.
Mm-hmm.
He's friends with me on chess.com, and I see online 3 hours ago, and I was like, yo, this guy's been probably preparing for me. So I
Mm-hmm.
decided to change up my opening, but I was very, very confident. I had a feeling I'm gonna win this game before it even began, which is always a nice feeling.
That's always good to have, yeah.
Yeah, and of course, once I got to the venue, a lot of people were complaining. Your big names, Andrew Horn, Daniel, they were already complaining.
Oh
But
man, Andrew and Daniel, I can imagine, yeah.
right, rightfully so, though, because the venue on day one it was very bad. I will admit, like when I
Mm-hmm.
was playing Daniel a few times, like the wind blew like the curtain into him and knocked over his pieces. So the venue was very bad the first day, but it did get a lot better. The arbiters, fair play to the arbiters. I don't think people give them enough credit sometimes, but they did a good job of sorting that out. Like, for example, the tournament started as 90-90, and
Yeah.
they made it 95-95 in order to give us time to go to the bathrooms that were like quite far away.
How long exactly, like, if you're walking, I guess?
Yeah, but I
How
think it
long,
took
how
longer
far,
than.
how far away were they?
So we were playing on the third floor, and to get to the bathroom, you had to go to the first floor and then walk about 100 meters. So it must have taken like 5 minutes for a young guy like me walking pretty fast, taking the stairs. So yeah, they were
Five
quite
minutes,
far
like
away,
going and coming back, yeah?
going and coming back. Yeah,
Then you
five
also need to do
minutes.
your business, so it can take like 20 minutes all in all.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time. Okay,
If
yeah.
you go to the bathroom 3 times, you will be down 15 minutes.
For sure, definitely. Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. And you said you prepared something. Did you prepare what showed up in the game? Was
Oh,
this
yeah,
Cawdry
no.
or?
So I decided like I'm like 100% sure Daniel was expecting me to play e4,
Mm-hmm.
and then because I've never played this knight f3 thing over the board properly. Of course I played it in SA Open last year and a few times here and there, which games are on the internet.
Okay.
But I don't think he was expecting knight f3 Reti. But it is a line that I have been playing a lot online, and I
Okay.
always am very comfortable with the position. So I decided to go with this, and I got a very very good position out of the opening.
No, a very, very good position. I actually have like this line that Codry plays as black is the one I play as well. Maybe with just a couple of few different moves. Um,
Mhm.
and it was very surprising to me because about move 11, move 12, which is when I would have started following the tournament when I got the links. I saw you just pawn up, and it looked to me like you pawn up and you have the compensation. Like it looked so free, so easy.
But
What's your
there
impression on
was
that?
there was no good way to defend that pawn. Like I did watch your analysis. I saw you made an analysis of the game, and you
Yes.
were wondering why you played queen d8, and you're thinking I can go knight c4. But I had a tactic there, which is rook takes c3, and then when his queen takes back, I can play bishop takes d5, pinning his queen to his rook.
So if it's queen a6, then
Yeah,
rook
then rook
takes
takes
c,
c3.
And then
was a
queen
nice
takes, and then
tactic.
bishop d5. Ah, I forgot to check that. That's a very important line.
Yeah, that
Hmm,
was uh, that
that was
was
the
the
point.
only thing missing in your analysis, but I think it was a good analysis.
Huh, that's a very important line, actually. I'll go back and look at that and see what exactly is going on there. Um, but yeah, I guess I also checked with the engine, and the machine was pretty
But
confident that that's the way. So I wonder what it has there, because it looks actually
I
quite crushing. I can see why Cawdery plays queen d8 then.
Yeah, I think this was probably the most beautiful game of chess I've ever played. It was just everything came together perfectly for me,
Everything made
and
sense, yeah?
I have a lot of respect for Daniel because he is my former coach. So uh, no like hard feelings to him, but what had to be done had to be done.
Of course. Over the board, we aren't friends, yeah? And
Exactly.
all right, cool. And did you make anything of him leaving after that game? Because I believe he withdrew after that.
Yeah, he withdrew from the tournament, but he did come up to me and he said he's not withdrawing because of our game in particular, but because the venue is very not up to standard for FIDE tournaments. And I think he did even try to make the tournament non-FIDE rated, which might still even happen. Hopefully not, because I'm gaining 50 rating
50
points.
something. Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, he did say it had nothing to do with our game, but
Okay.
more so the venue.
Okay, no, I can understand that, especially if, like you said, there were curtains that were, I guess, hitting him somehow during that
But they
game.
did tie back the curtains next round, and they stopped people from coming to the third floor because there was a lot of car noises. So, but that
Mm.
stopped. That stopped from round two, and I think I'm not sure who said it, but maybe the Egyptian GM Fauzi. He said he's played in worse before, so he doesn't mind this.
If
I'm
I
not
was,
sure if it
yeah.
was him who said that though, but I heard somebody say that.
Somebody say that, yeah. No, Faust is very experienced, so I can imagine he has seen quite a few things. All
Yeah.
right, cool. And then later in the tournament as well, you got a really nice big win against Watu. And again,
Yes.
like it looked like everything was just making sense. Like I even checked that game, and your moves were just flowing, and it looks so easy. You get to this end game, you sacrifice an exchange, and it's just a win. Like, what were you thinking
Yes.
during that game, and how did you feel?
So that game, Watu actually played a very, very beautiful move. I didn't think it was beautiful during the game. He played this move, pawn to h4, which is just a pure pawn sacrifice. And
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I don't believe in this pawn sacrifice. I'm just gonna take this pawn and see what happened. But he did get a very, very big attack on my king in exchange for that pawn, and I ended
Uh,
up having to sacrifice the exchange. But I did win my 2 pawns for that exchange, so it was 5 points of material each. And then
yeah.
when we got to the end game, I was I think Watu must have made a mistake somewhere because now I just have a pass pawn and my king is coming in and he can't stop it.
Mm.
So
And he just
yeah,
can't stop it, and the rook doesn't have any open files, and yeah, it
yeah,
just looked
and
really
I
good.
did a very good job of stopping that rook from coming in because moving my bishop. It was a very maneuvering endgame, but of course I'm the only one who can ever be better there, and very nice conversion.
Yeah, for sure. No, well done. And yeah, like just during the games itself, I think this question came from Lizo, a good friend of mine, Lizo Sikwati. Maybe you know him. He also
Oh yeah,
played.
yeah. He played the Moja. I know him.
He also played, yeah. He asked like, what was your mindset? Were you scared during those games? Were you really excited? Like you said before, the Cawdery
No,
game, you felt
no.
like you're gonna win. What was
I
the
was
feeling?
I was very very confident during those games.
Yeah.
Like I believe in my ability, and I just showed it on the board during those games.
All right. I like that a lot. Simple answer. And another question from anonymous, someone who chose to stay anonymous, was you beat Cawdery. Cawdery is the country's number one, I guess, or active number one, if you want to say that. And yeah, does that now mean, I guess, you are you know, now number one in the country, or what do you say to that?
By Murphy's law, I'm number one, but not by rating.
Not by
I have
rating.
actually I have a coaching academy, and I have been using that I'm number one to as marketing because I was number one on Rapid on chess.com. I
I
even
did
have
see
a
that.
video on my YouTube channel saying how I got number one. But I
Yeah.
believe, give me a few years, I'll be number one on rating as well.
Give you a few years and you'll be number one in rating. Okay, cool. I'll
Mhm.
hold you to that. And I'm also in that race, so we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna have a lot
We'll
of
have a
fun.
lot of fun.
For sure, for sure. All right, you're right. Cool, cool, cool. And then so at the end, yeah, at the end of the event, you kind of slowed down. I think at the end you drew Kolani Matibula, was a good friend of mine, know him well, but 1800. And
Mm.
you lost against some players. Let me just quickly check it out.
It was Tyler Nevin and Banele. I lost against them.
Yes. Both of them not slouches, by the way. Both of them really good players. I think
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have also lost to both, but yeah, like what happened, do you think, at the end? You felt
So
like you slowed down.
in my game against Banele, the position was very very good. Like I had a very very okay position,
Yeah.
and I came to this one move where I have three ways to take back his bishop. I can either take with my bishop, my king, or my queen. And I calculated, I got into like my calculation thoughts. I thought, if I take with the bishop, I'm allowing his knight in. And then I was like, if I take with the king, I'm bringing my king towards the center. And then
Mhm.
obviously I calculate all of them, not just like one move into the future, but a few more than that.
Yeah,
And
of
then I
course.
decided, you know what? Why don't I just take with my queen? Because he had this one move where basically he had two moves with these rooks, but I
Yeah.
only calculated one of the rook moves. So taking with the queen was actually a big blunder, and that cost me the game. And after that, I just
Mhm.
tilted. But then with Tyler Nevin, before the game, this comes back to the preparation question as well.
Yeah.
Before the game, I checked these games online, and I saw, this guy, he's very, very good at Sicilian Sveshnikov. And I know myself, I have a lot of games online in Sicilian Sveshnikov where I play the same line over and over. So obviously, he's going to have prepared for that if I play against
Mhm.
him.
Okay,
So
okay, I see. Yeah.
I decided to play some weird non-mainstream opening, but it really backfired on me. I got a worse position, and that was a very very difficult game to play. But credit to him, he played very well and got a fair win.
All right. No, cool, cool, cool. And then the last game was a draw. What happened there? Was it a fought out
We-
draw, or was it just everyone was
It was
tired?
no, it was still a long game, 4 hours. I think all my games
Oh,
in this tournament were 4+ hours. It's crazy.
good lord, that's
It was
long,
still
yeah.
a long game, and I was slightly better in the end game, but I allowed his queen to come in, and then it was actually a queen and bishop and like 5 pawns each versus queen and knights and 5 pawns each. So
Okay.
um, I was slightly better, and then I allowed his queen in, and I got a repetitive check. So it
Yeah,
was
some
just a draw in
perpetual.
the end.
Okay, okay, I see, I see. All right, but overall, pretty happy with the tournament, yeah?
Yeah, obviously you got to be happy gaining 53. I'm a bit disappointed about the last 3 rounds. I think if I beat Tyler, I would have been able to play the GM in the last round, which is obviously what I wanted to do. I never got to play against the GM, which is
Mm.
unfortunate. But yeah.
Not yet, but you're gonna get your chance.
hmm
Okay, okay, I see, I see. Yeah, no, no. And during the games, were there any sort of shenanigans? I know sometimes like something happens, there's laughs, people
So
talk.
obviously, I think everybody knows the shenanigans in my game against Cawdery. Those are very public. He left the tournament, but
Yeah,
there were a few more. Like when I was playing Watu,
yeah.
this is the end game, which is already very very tricky for him. He has like
Yeah.
3 minutes left on the clock, and uh, in the parking lot in like the spectators area, this
Yeah.
girl just started screaming for like 10 minutes straight. And it turned
10
out
minutes straight.
afterwards, I found out she was having like a seizure. I'm
Okay.
not sure what was happening, but she was screaming. And I'm allowed to swear on this, this channel, right?
Go for it. Sure.
So, Watu, he looks me dead in the eyes and he's like, it's like we're in a fucking butchery here. And of course, he's in a losing position. I don't want to like laugh and make it worse for him, but behind him was Banele, and Banele just started laughing. Like he just started laughing so much, and I couldn't hold it when I heard Banele laughing, so I started laughing as well. And then of course Jan Karsten, who was playing, I'm not sure who was playing, but he started laughing as well. The
As well,
whole the
yeah.
whole like top four boards started laughing, which I thought was pretty funny. But Watu was sitting there dead serious, trying to calculate all the lines in his time pressure, and I still had like 30 or 20 minutes on the clock. So
Okay, I see, I see. Yeah, no. That does sound quite funny, quite funny. All right, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, you had a good Moja, and I think you also played some tournaments yesterday.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That
It
tournament did not go well. I think it was a
didn't
very
go the way
bad
you
idea
wanted.
to play another tournament 3 days after Moja, which
Yeah.
it was a bad idea. But luckily, I'm not dropping any FIDE rating points, so
Okay,
it
it's
can't
fine.
be it can't be that bad.
I know for sure, for sure. All right, cool.
Can't win them
Uh,
all.
can't win them all. Not all of them. You have to leave some wins for someone for someone else. Yeah. All right, cool. So there was also a question, I think, from Lincoln September. I think he's president of Ponjanala or very involved in Ponjanala in the politics.
Mm.
I've been out of that game for a while now, so I'm not sure. But he asked which region you'll be playing for next year, I think.
Yeah, no, I knew he was gonna ask this question, and I am going to be playing for Bonjanala, and he did not
Ponjanala.
force me to say that.
Mm-hmm. What's going on there? I've seen Vanille as well moved to that. Is there
Mm.
something I should know about that's going on there? Is there
So,
money that we
so
don't know? Or?
what I like about this union is, you know, all the top juniors, Benele, Michael Simpson, they all joined because they at Bonjanala. It's chess for the player. They make the venues very nice. Like they had a tournament at the Sparkling Water Hotel
I've
with
seen
a lot
this,
of
yeah.
prize money, and they have a lot of prize money, and they have always very nice venues, and their motto is chess for the player, whereas some other unions it seems the motto is chess for the profits. So that's what I really like about Bonjanala, so I will be
Okay.
joining them.
So you'll be joining them. Okay, cool, cool. And then for the future, what are we looking at? Like what are your ambitions? You mentioned earlier you wanna try and climb up and be number one on rating, FIDE rating in
Yeah,
South Africa,
so
but what else are we looking at?
obviously I have a lot of ambitions. Obviously the closest one on my mind is to get FM, which is 2300 rated FIDE. And I think in order to do that, it's very difficult to get that kind of rating in South Africa where you're playing 2000s who are actually 2300s already. So it's difficult to gain ratings. So hopefully a few overseas tournaments are in the future in my mind. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think I do have USA coming up, the university one. So if I win that, or if I come top eight or top five, I'm not sure, but you get an overseas tournament for doing well in that tournament. So
Mm-hmm.
that will be my next goal. That's in December, so I have
That's in
some time
December. Okay.
to prepare. Last year that tournament did not go as well for me as I hoped.
This time around, though, I think you're quite on form, and I don't know that
Yeah.
there's any university players that can stand up to you right now.
I
Not
don't think
sure.
so.
You don't think so? Then it's you against you. All right, that's cool. That's cool. And yeah, I think that's it. Honestly, is there anything specific like you want to talk about or say?
Oh
You want
no,
to say
I
something
think.
to the kids or
Oh yeah, let me give myself a self plug real quick. So I am planning to do analysis of those two games against Cawdery and Watu on my YouTube channel, as well
yeah?
as some other videos. Like I played a tournament in Langebahn as well that I won like last
Okay,
month. So yeah, I'm planning on making those videos as well. But right now, I do not have much time because of all these tests I've been getting in university.
I know
But yeah,
something about
so
that.
leave my YouTube link in the description if you know what I mean.
Of course, that will be plugged. You can also just say it out loud for people to know.
Okay, it's just my name, James Dinham, and
James
you.
Dinham. Nice, nice. Okay, cool. We'll also drop that in the title and the description. Awesome. James
Mhm.
Dinham, guys, do go and follow him. JD Chess Academy. And yeah, are you
On
taking students right
Instagram.
now? Are
That's
you
the
taking
one.
people for your academy or?
Yes, yeah. I have like 7, 8 students and 2 group classes right now, so I'm pretty busy with students, but I can always take on a few more.
Okay. No, no, no. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And
a
anyone
lot of
like in particular?
people, a lot of people have been asking me about coaching, especially after those 2 wins against Daniel and Watu. A lot of people approached me, but right now, my main students are very, very, very new beginners, like 500 rated on chess.com. I prefer giving lessons to them because I don't know. I find it very easy to improve someone if their understanding is already zero. And you can see like some of my flyers, people have gone from 500 to 1500 on chess.com in like 3 months. So I'm really enjoying the coaching as well, though, which is it's good to enjoy what you do.
Of course, of course. Yeah, no. All right, cool. Lovely having this convo with you. It's been a while actually since we've talked, I think. And
Yeah.
yeah, last time we talked, your username might have been Paloni from Benin.
Oh yeah, no, that's the chess.com one. Of course, the iconic one
Exactly.
is for Lee Chess.
Yeah. But yeah, no, no. Cool, cool.
But
Thanks for
yeah,
talking with me, and
enjoy your studies as well.
I shall try. I shall try really hard.
Good luck.
All right, no, thanks for talking to me today, and yeah, thanks guys for joining us and listening in. Cool. This is us signing off.